People in the studio who are walking around see they have no idea what's going on, but I'm just shadow boxing and they're looking in the studio like, what the hell is he doing? Well, the Lakers won. So, I don't need to explain what I'm doing. When the Lakers win, apparently now I box a little bit. Laker fans, appreciate you guys being a part of the show. We got a lot to get into tonight. Post game show after the post game show. Thank you for being a part of the show. A couple fist bumps right here. What? Um, I feel like in my head that I actually have a little bit of style, and then I look at the camera and I'm like, yeah, I don't think think you're probably gonna get knocked out, Slee. Probably gonna get knocked out. Okay, we got a lot to get into. We got a lot to get into. All right, let's start with this. I'm just gonna give everyone a quick rundown what we're gonna do on the show tonight. Let's start off as we always do. My people, thank you for being a part of the show. Please subscribe to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. That would mean a lot if you guys can do that. We're going to talk about this Lakers win, talk about Austin Reaves getting the starting lineup, talk about when D'Angelo Russell plays well, that the Lakers um, let's see, uh, how do I best explain it? Have a much greater chance of winning the game when he plays well. Also, look at the NBA standings. Biggest game of the year coming up on Friday. Are we doing that again? Is that what's just going to happen now? Every other game, we're going to call it the biggest game of the year. They got the Oklahoma City Thunder, so we're going to get into all that. Okay, uh, just let me give an idea of how people are feeling right now. Very annoying team. I kind of get it. They're back and forth. They definitely don't make you feel. They don't make you feel comfortable. Shadow boxing. You're not lying right there. Um, Somebody talking about, okay, throw some punches. I did. Don't hurt yourself, Sliwa. I'm trying not to. Okay. So I'm going to get into all your guys' comments. Super chat is on too if you want to be a part of that. I'm going to get into everybody's comments. I'm going to do it in a second. But let me just kind of break down the game from my perspective first, and then I'll get into some of the comments and we'll go from there. Just a quick look. Third attempt at 500. You're not lying. Can we stop Shea? I have no idea. Nobody in the NBA seems to be able to do that right now. Okay, so like fans, I'll give my quick little outlook on the Lakers game. 122 to 111 over the Phoenix Suns. Okay. One game from 500 again. They've been in this position two other times. Chance against the Knicks, they lost. Chance against the Rockets, they lost. Follow that up with a loss against the Dallas Mavericks, but they've won two in a row. Orlando and Phoenix, they've beat. So now they got another chance coming up against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Friday. It's a weird team, Laker fans. It really is. They in the NBA, the only thing that matters is did you win the game or did you not? And I think, right now, when you're just trying to make the playing tournament or just trying to get the playoffs, maybe even avoid the playing tournament, there's that many teams that are close enough to each other. I'm not saying you got to play perfect basketball, but there are definitely times where you kind of scratch your head and you say, man, it's a frustrating team, or where are we going, or what are we doing, or why is it a close game when they don't have Ayton and they don't have Kevin Durant? I mean, imagine what that Suns team is going to be when those two players are back in the lineup. The Suns should have no chance of beating the Lakers tonight just based on the players that they have left after the trade and the players that they traded all these players to, obviously to get KD. They don't have KD. TJ Warren doesn't play all that much, and Ayton is out too. So you're expecting the Lakers to beat the Phoenix Suns tonight. At least I was coming into this game, and they did, 122 to 111. But there's definitely a lot of back and forth where there are times you're starting to feel pretty good, 7-point lead, 10-point lead, and then before you know it, it's a 1-point game or it's a 3-point game. They had a possession right to close out the fourth quarter. They're up 9, and before you know it, I think Book hits a 3, and then he gets an and one off a turnover, so it's a 3-point game. And then he missed the 3 at the end. Could have been a tie game. So Monty Williams, a key point in the fourth quarter, whereas a 1-point game, he subs out Devin Booker, and the Lakers then go up 7 or 8, and that was kind of your ball game. So that's on Monty Williams for doing that. I thought tonight the chance or trying out Austin Reaves as your starter, I thought was interesting. Um, I had actually somebody call in into the post game show and suggest, "Hey, should we?" I can't remember if he said put Reaves in or he just said take Beasley out. Whatever he's saying, there was obviously some truth to it. And I mentioned it on my Lakers talk show on Monday. I said something to the effect of, "Should they change the starting lineup because the starters are not playing well, and the bench players are really they're the ones kind of carrying the Lakers right now. The bench players kept the Lakers." Bench players should have got the win against the Mavs. The bench players won the game against the Orlando Magic. So they have definitely had some moments where the bench is kind of thriving, but the starters have not. So pregame, coach talks and kind of hints towards potentially start changing the starting lineup. He did put Austin Reaves in, who's been the best player or one of the best players on the Lakers over these last couple of weeks, and he took Malik Beasley out, which has been one of the coldest players on this Lakers team in the last couple of weeks. And if you were curious to know, okay, well, what is that going to do? Is that going to hurt Austin Reaves? Does it make him less effective? Is it going to really hurt the contributions from the Lakers bench? Kind of what will be, how will this impact the Lakers? Well, Reeves ended up with another 25 points. He got to the free throw line another 13 times, was 12 or 13 from the free throw line, and had 11 assists. He had a career high in assists. So Austin Reeves, not just, hey, I'm going to go get my own, I'm going to set up all these other players. He had 11 assists tonight. Also had 4 rebounds, played 39 minutes. Him and AD played the most minutes, 39 and 38. So it clearly did not have an effect on Austin Reeves. The man's just a flat out baller. I don't know what to tell you. He really is. He's just a flat out basketball player. It's fun to watch him play. It's exciting to watch him play. He's creative. He knows how to get to the free throw line. He plays hard. He plays defense. He uses his body well. He's got great instincts. How do you find anything negative to really say about Austin Reeves? I can't find one. I really can't. And whether that's he's a starter or he's coming off the bench, maybe when LeBron comes back, they decide, okay, now let's bring Austin Reeves off the bench. Braun can kind of carry this first unit. That would make a lot more sense. But for tonight, they tried Austin Reeves. I'm okay with them trying something different. There's only, 10 games left coming into this game and you have no margin for error. And Beasley, again, has not, I don't think anybody saw Beasley leave the starting lineup and was incredibly disappointed. It was like, okay, like I, I don't think anybody was too concerned about it. So Reeves goes into the starting lineup, 25 points, 11 rebounds. He was fantastic. And I don't really know what else to say about him. He's been fantastic this entire time, and he continues to just thrive for the Lakers, and the Lakers need absolutely everything from him. Okay, let me see here. A couple comments here. Let's see what we got here. All right, we need Austin's energy off the bench. I think eventually you're probably going to get Austin to come off the bench, but right now what you need is wins. And however you can get a W, you got to get it. And if that means trying Austin Reeves inside the starting lineup, then sounds good. Leave him in there. Can I get a fist pump? I got you, my brother. I got you, my brother. Okay, I got other people saying leave Beasley in. So some people, it's actually kind of interesting. Some people would rather see Beasley in. Is that what I'm understanding here? Start Austin over Beasley was big. Keep it was big. Keep it that way. Yeah, at least for now, it's going to be that way. I know that much. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Okay. So, all right, that's one of my takeaways from the game tonight. One of my takeaways was I just want to focus on Austin Reeves. Let me throw another one at you guys. Somebody's talking about Monty Williams post game. I'll get into that as well. Get into a second. Monty Williams not too happy with the referees. Okay, so D'Angelo had 26 tonight, 6 assists, and 9 of 13 from the field. Okay, false alarm. Thought I was going to sneeze. False alarm. Everything's okay. So D'Angelo had 9 of 13 from the field, 26 points. I think the D'Angelo piece of this is actually pretty simple. I feel like when D'Lo plays a good game, Lakers win. And when D'Lo struggles, they're either lose the game or they're in jeopardy of losing the game or they're trying to come back and make it a game at the end. That's kind of how important D'Angelo Russell is. Um, and I'm not telling you he has to have 35. I'm just saying if he gives you 20 points, it's probably a good chance you're going to win that game because Reaves has been pretty consistent. Dennis Schroeder kind of gets you what he can get you. You got a few other guys that might score. D'Angelo's kind of that wild card where I'm not sure if D'Angelo is going to give you 20 or he's not. Dennis Schroeder's definitely up and down. He's going to have nights where he's, 8 of 10, but he's also going to have nights where he's 2 of 9. So that just kind of comes with the territory with Dennis Schroeder. He was 3 of 7 today, but still ended up with 13 points. I'm okay with that. But D'Angelo, that's a big piece. That's a big piece that if it's working, and he's playing well, and he played more off the ball. Maybe Austin Reaves kind of gave him that ability to play off the ball a little bit. Then D'Angelo has a greater chance of shining. Is what I was looking at. All right, let's see what else we got here. Lot lot of comments here. All right, let's see what we got here. Matty James. Can we give half of Beasley's minutes to Lonnie? He can shoot the three and put the ball on the ground and get to the rim as well as play pretty decent defense. Maddie, I got to be honest with you. I got no problem at all with that. Lonnie Walker, that's actually one thing I'm a little bit confused about with Lonnie Walker. Damn, what happened to Lonnie Walker? I mean, this guy used to get some actual PT, used to get some minutes. He's getting nothing now. I mean, absolutely nothing now. Didn't play again tonight, and I was walking back today to go listen to the coach interview, and Lonnie I think was walking to go warm up, and I just kind of saw him, and I'm like, damn. Not that I forgot about Lonnie Walker, but it's like this man is not used all that often anymore, which is kind of crazy, which is kind of insane. But I wish he got a little bit more opportunity because I know Beasley can go off in a game, so can Lonnie Walker. We're watching Lonnie Walker play some good basketball back in the day. I'm talking about we were watching some good basketball from Lonnie Walker um, early in the season. So for him to not get anything is a little bit of a shock. I got to be honest with you, it really is. I think it is a little bit of a shock. So Matty James, I am. I am not. I'm not disagreeing with you on that one. I think that's actually a pretty valid point. Anthony Davis tonight, Lake fans. I'm gonna ask you guys a quick question. Give me one word to describe Anthony Davis this season. One word. How would you describe him? How would you describe Anthony Davis this year? One word. Give me an idea of what you have in mind. AD kind of went through the first half in slow motion, kind of not aggressive, and then he comes out in the third quarter, and the man started playing. Ended up with 27 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. No 8 and no KD. So you're expecting Anthony Davis to feast. But I want to kind of read what some of these are because I think we're all going to be on the same page. I got inconsistent, soft, Um, inconsistent, 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 dominant. I don't know about that one. Unpredictable, confusing. By the way, these are all great descriptions. That's kind of my that's kind of the point of why I asked the question because for me, I look at, I look at Anthony Davis, and to be honest with you, I have no idea what he's going to do every night. I have no idea what he's going to do every night. So, um, I think for most Laker fans, there's this, um, there's this perception that we have that we want to have about him. And I think there's a lot of times this might be the best one. Confusing, I think, is a good one. Roller coaster is another good one. The funny thing is, I was asking Michael Thompson in the pregame show. I'm like, Michael, what do you think of AD's play? He's like, look, I think he gets a lot of heat. I don't think people give him enough credit for what he does on the defensive side. They're only looking at his offensive numbers. And I could get that. I could understand somebody saying, like, hey, you're not paying attention to the other side of the court where he's dominating. He's obviously not a selfish player, all that. But come on, the best players in the league, I don't think they're that up and down. I don't think, you know, we look at them and we say to ourselves, I got no idea if AD is going to give you 35 and 13 tonight or if he's going to give you 17 and 10. So I just I saw him tonight. I thought he was really good in that third quarter. Thought he got into a groove. I thought he was more aggressive, but it kind of flows in the game where you're just not sure if it's going to be on a consistent basis or it's not. So Lakers get the win. Austin Reaves great. D'Angelo Russell a big contributor. Jared Vanderbilt and Dennis Schroeder both have 13 apiece, so they helped out. Um, but they beat a Phoenix Suns team without two key players. Obviously, that Suns team, when they're healthy, is going to be pretty damn good. AD equals not interested. I know two words. Okay, until Wild. Thank you for that. And listen, some people are okay with his play, so I guess it just depends, right? Let's see what else we got here. Astonishing guessing game. All right, so we got some people's we got their opinion here. Okay. Let's see where we go from here. So there's a couple things that I want to do real quick. All right, let's do this. Monty Williams. Let me just say this real quick. I kind of understand where he's coming from. If this was turned the other way around, I would understand it too. The Lakers took 46 free throws. It's a season high in free throws for the Lakers tonight. They took 46 free throws, and the Suns took 20. There's no real flow to the game because the Lakers were at the free throw line so much, and even 20 free throws. If it was 20 and 20, then that would be fine too. But it's still a lot of fouls. I was listening to there was 51 fouls called in this game. I was listening to Monty Williams post game. He basically just said this is BS. Can't believe this happened. How do they take 46 free throws? We're doing the same thing that they are. Okay, I'm not going to argue whether he's right or wrong, but that's kind of how the Lakers won the game. They had 21 more points from the free throw line. 21 more points from the free throw line. So, that's something you got to keep in mind. I think there's something to that. I think that the Lakers obviously that's a big benefit for the Lakers tonight, and it's not my brand of basketball. I don't want to see a free throw shooting contest in an NBA game. It wasn't the most exciting play to say the least. However, that's a big difference for a team to take 26 more free throws than another. That's not something that you see all that often. So Monty Williams obviously not too happy about that. AD not dominant with no Aiton is troubling Allen. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not. I'm not. These are the type of games that you would just kind of assume that the Lakers would just obviously would just dominate and go from there. Okay. Lake fans, this is what I want to get into next. NBA standings, go look at the standings. And I don't know how to look at this. Let me ask Laker fans here to help me out here. How do we look at this Lakers team right now? Should I be happy that they've won 2 games in a row and they're back in the 10th spot and are only um a game and a half out of number 6 and a chance to avoid the play-in tournament altogether, or 2 games out of the number 5 spot and got a chance to, obviously avoid the tournament altogether, the play-in tournament altogether? Or should I be more, man, I wish the Lakers were just playing better basketball. I wish it was clicking a little bit better. I wish they looked better in some of these games. Can I be both? Can I wish that the Lakers were playing better, but also just accept the fact that, look, 5 through 10 are separated by 2 games. That actually, let me go further. 5 through 12 are separated by 2.5 games. That's just crazy. That's just incredible. I mean, if I had to start kind of making my guesses here of who's going to get in the play-in tournament, who's not, Utah lost at home to Portland tonight. I I'm gonna just assume that the Utah Jazz are really not that interested in making the play-in tournament. I'm gonna assume that the Portland Trailblazers are too far behind, are not gonna make the play-in tournament with only 9 games left to go. So then it comes down to, I think the Mavs are gonna get in just simply because they have Luka and Kyrie in the play-in tournament. I think Minnesota's gonna get in because I don't hate their team. I think they have a decent team. Karl Anthony Towns just came back. I think Anthony Edwards will be coming back soon as well. So I think they're gonna be in the play-in tournament. Golden State, I think, is going to be in the play-in tournament. Clippers without PG, I don't think they're going to fall out of the play-in tournament, but I think they could fall into the play-in tournament. They're in 5 now, so they technically don't need to be a part of the play-in tournament. So then the question comes down to, between the Lakers, the Thunder, and the Pelicans, 2 of those 3 teams get in if Utah and kind of Portland fade out of here. I mean, the Lakers are getting in, right? They got to get in. I give the Thunder a whole ton of credit for having as many picks as they have, as many young players that they have. Chet Holmgren didn't even play, got injured. Their number 1 pick, he didn't play this year. And here they are in the thick of it with a lot of good teams, or a lot of good players that are on good teams. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is just an absolute baller. So this takes me to my next point about this game coming up on Friday. The Thunder played yesterday. That's a game that PG got injured in. That dude can't catch a break. Neither can the Clippers, to be honest with you. It feels like every single year something goes wrong with the Clippers. But Shea and the Thunder beat the Clippers yesterday. They got a game actually tomorrow against the Clippers again. That's really weird. They have played on Tuesday against the Clippers. We'll play again against the Clippers on Thursday, and then play the Lakers on Friday. So they're chilling in LA for basically 5 days or whatever it is. So they got another game coming up against Clippers tomorrow. Then they got the Lakers coming up on Friday. So this is why the Thunder game becomes the most important game of the season up to this point. A week ago it was against the Pelicans. Lakers won that game. And then Friday, I thought it was against the Dallas Mavericks, because it's not only do you gain a game on the Mavs, but it's also who wins the tiebreaker. That was the same circumstance that the Lakers had with the Pelicans a week ago yesterday. Friday against the Thunder is the exact same thing. Whoever wins gets a game, plus gets the tiebreaker. So I think it now becomes the biggest game of the season. The Thunder tomorrow could either have the same, by the time tomorrow's all said and done, and they're getting ready to play the Lakers, they could have the same record as the Lakers because they lost to the Clippers, or they could be one full game ahead of the Lakers by the time we get to Friday. But regardless, one team is gaining 2 games on Friday, and that's going to be the Lakers, or it's going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Thunder just give me a headache. I don't know why they give me a headache, but they give me a headache. They, I feel like they're just, they don't care. They have so many young players that it's just they play the game so loosely. SGA can take over any game on any given day. I think Josh Giddey's a nice player. The Thunder are just, that's going to be a really, really good team in a couple of years. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. All right. OKC is a threat. Somebody has to fall. I keep saying yeah, you're right. I got a lot of people saying that they're a little bit of a pest. They are overrated. Who's overrated? You can't tell me the Thunder are overrated. They're literally not rated. Nobody talks about them. That's the definition of underrated. They're all young. I hope we're talking about different teams, because they're definitely not overrated. All right, let's see what else we got here. Alan, have you taken back your statement thinking AD can carry the Lakers when Braun retires? Um, I think AD needs another superstar next to him, period. And by the way, that was always the game plan, is that it's not like Braun would leave and then they would say, hey, we're not going to bring you in another star and it's all on your back. I think AD definitely has AD. Let's put it this way: he probably can't even have somebody that's his comp. He probably has to have somebody better than him. So to answer your question, AD has a tremendous amount of value, but can he carry a team? I think that part we have a little bit of an answer to. Sliwa's MVP prediction. I'd give it to Embiid. Maybe I'd give it to Embiid because Joker's already won 2 in a row. Okay, let's do a little bit of roll call here. Brian Burley, get us started here. Surf City, Huntington Beach, OKC on a back-to-back. You're right about that. All right, Lake fans, little roll call here, and let's get the hell out of here. Victor's in his bedroom. Thanks, Victor. Appreciate the details. Thanks, brother. All right, Guadalupe in the house. Thank you for being a part of the show. Anaheim, thank you for being a part of the show. Heads up, Victor's in his bedroom. All right, here we go. Let's keep going here. Victor, that's awesome. Rochester, New York. Philippines in the house. Let me squeeze this in here. Hey, Slee, do you start LBJ when he comes out? Come on, LS. What are you talking about? Of course you do. Washington State in the house. Thank you for being a part of the show. Pismo Beach, University of Newcastle, Corona. Samuel's at the hair salon. Get your hair done. Santa Clarita, thank you for being a part of the show. Cal State Fullerton in the house. Thunder need to get smacked. I think he's talking about that game against Clippers tomorrow. By the way, if Clippers lose, I mean, now you're closer to the number 5 spot. So it's like, all right, just take care of your own business. I think either way, you gain some ground. Calabasas, thank you for tuning in. Clippers might be in a little bit of trouble too. So you have Final Four prediction: San Diego State, San Diego State, San Diego State, and SDSU. What else we got here? Georgia in the house. Galata, California. The Riverside. It's like the Ohio State. I don't know what that was, but the Riverside. Thank you for tuning in. San Francisco in the house. Viejas Arena. Do your thing, Mario. Go get us a W this Friday. Looking ahead, AD is no longer the future. AR and Russell should be the future, right? What's your thoughts, sir? Oz, thank you for this. You need Anthony Davis is still a star. He's just not the player that you're going to say. He's not LeBron. He's not Luka. He's not Embiid. He's not Joker. He's not Giannis. He's not those stars. He's that. What's that tier under that? That's what he is. So it doesn't mean you don't want players like that. You still want players like that. I appreciate the super chat, brother. Little Italy, Las Vegas. Thank you for being a part of the show. Norwalk, Albuquerque. I've been there, by the way. Great little, great area. Santa Fe, New Mexico, too. Amazing. Awesome Santa Fe, New Mexico. Morocco in the house. Morocco, I'm expecting an invite. Okay. Lakers, Utah for 10th. Let's see what else we got here. Pismo Beach, California. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Okay, one other thing that I still it's pretty good. Some people are creative, man. There's one more thing that I still want to get into. We're going to get into Little Italy, Oregon. Thank you for being a part of the show. Okay, I'm missing a lot of these because I can't just keep up with all of them. Milan, Italy. It's awesome. Freaking awesome, man. Laker fans, crazy, man. They're everywhere. Highland Park in the house. Don't make me come out to Highland Park tonight. I'll come. Are there pickup games tonight? San Pedro. Appreciate you tuning in. ASU in the house. Thank you for being a part of the show. Literally, King Taco, ASU, California. That's all of that. Whatever any of that means. Appreciate you being a part of the show. All right, let's see what else we got here. Right back at you. Right back at you, Satro. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you. All right, let's see what else we got here. Philippines, thank you. Arkansas, thank you. San Jose, thank you. All of you guys, I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Vegas in the house. Appreciate you. Philippines. Philippines. Thank you for being a part of the show. Okay. Um, Final thing I'm going to get into here real quick, Laker fans. So, Little Havana, Little Italy. I like what you did there. So, just real quick on the rest of the Western Conference right now, which is all over the place. I cannot figure out whether the Lakers are they a good team? Like, what's the ceiling for the Lakers? Tomorrow is supposed to be the 3 week mark where I think we're going to get an update on LeBron James. I think we're going to get, okay, hey, it's been 3 weeks. We reassess LeBron James, and here's the latest. And maybe they say he's been cleared for some on court activity. I don't know. Or they're going to say um, he needs 2 more weeks, and then we're going to reevaluate him again. If you guys listen to it, I had Brian Windhorst on my Lakers talk show, and he basically said, listen, ultimately, at the end of the day, this is not a 3 week injury. It's not a 5 week injury. That he's saying that the Lakers are not, they're very, very vague about, he's very, very vague about the Lakers have been vague about his injury just because he thinks that it's worse than it is. Okay, we're going to get an update pretty soon here. And I guess what I'm trying to figure out here is this a decent team? Is it a good team? Can they threaten can they be a threat in the playing tournament or the playoffs? Are they kind of a hey, they could play in one game and then it could all be over? I'm not 100% sure what they are. I think that's part of my frustration with this team is because I'm not 100% sure if they're a good team or if they're not. And I guess every single night we're kind of finding out a little bit more about them. But I don't have a crazy amount of confidence that I probably had a couple weeks ago. And that doesn't mean that it can't change. It doesn't mean that they can't start playing better basketball. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I don't know what the hell they are. One night AD is going to have a good game. Another night AD is going to be average. D'Angelo is going to give you a good game, or he's not. You need Austin Reaves to kind of play, just have career highs on a night in, night out basis. Teams have also been missing players. They didn't look good against Orlando Magic, but they won the game. Phoenix didn't have DeAndre Ayton, and they didn't have Kevin Durant. Of course, you're going to win that game. So I'm having a difficult time kind of figuring out what the hell are the Lakers? Are they any good, or are they you play in the playing tournament and you get matched up against the wrong team, you're bounced out before you even go anywhere. So you still got the Braun factor that you're trying to figure out, as in when he's going to come back, and then you're kind of trying to figure out if it's if it's a team that can hang with other good teams, or they're a squad that's just going to be out before we even know it. Okay, so I think that's all I got, Laker fans. Somebody wanted just one more. All right, I got you. That's all I got. All right, Lake fans, appreciate you guys tuning in. We're back on Friday night. Friday, Lakers will play the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'll be doing the post after the post, and that's a big one, Laker fans. Got a big game coming up on Friday. I need you guys all to do me a favor. I need you to go drink a lot of water these next couple of days. I need you to stretch. I need you to be mentally prepared for Friday night's game. We got a lot riding on this, Laker fans. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. Now get the hell off my page and go do something else. I'm actually not going to end the broadcast. I want each and every one of you guys to get off the page. Get off the page. Okay, I'm out of here. All right, guys. Thanks, guys. See you. See you later.